Alright, welcome back to Skyrim. So last time, Tolfir and I were interrupted very rudely by Encano, who wants us to go up to the Archmage's office where we're apparently going to meet a Psijic mage. So let's go see what that's about. I think Encano, yep, he's taking the scenic route. Went through the Arcanium. Nice and quiet up here after being down the Hall of the Elements, which is quite loud.
I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns are not among them.
Come on. Talk to me properly.
Now,
there you go.
You are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here. Now, you are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here. And then he will be removed from college grounds.
Skyrim. Skyrim being Skyrim.
Please do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm.
Ah, he's doing this trick again. Well, hello. Don't suppose you would want to talk from a little bit further away? I think Encano might notice me suddenly blink forward when time resumes, but very well.
It is good to meet you in person.
What do you want, out of curiosity?
I merely wish to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately, but I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with.
The Eye of Magnus, huh? Interesting coincidence. I named my skeleton Magnus, and we're dealing with something that's also named after Magnus. Why don't you do anything about it? Your order sounds powerful.
I'm afraid it's not that simple. You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Encano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my Order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so.
I see. So your Order's kind of stuck up their own asses and are adopting the mindset of you can't help no matter what the stakes are, because you want us to sort it out. Okay, and why should I trust you or your Order?
I presume you refer to Encano's distaste for the Psijic Order?
No.
The Thalmor see our Order as a threat because we have power, and we will not allow them to control us. I assure you that we mean you no harm.
To assume that I'm distrusting you just because Encano doesn't trust you, I was expecting to be a little bit closer. Sorry about that awkwardly long spin. That's a bit foolish. I have reason of my own to be a little bit suspicious. What exactly is the problem?
As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided.
And so if they're so concerned about it being misused, then surely they wouldn't mind stepping in to intervene. But no, they're just letting us sort it out. And what is it you expect from me?
We believe that your efforts should be directed towards dealing with the aftermath, but we cannot predict what that will be. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my Order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours.
And where can I find this Augur?
I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Were you about
what
to
is the
say
meaning
something?
of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here he is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly, I should not be here. I shall simply take my leave.
What? What trickery is this? You're not going anywhere until I find out what you're up to.
I am not up to anything. I apologize if I have offended you in any way.
We will see about this.
Oh, get back here.
I'm not sure what happened. A monk from the Sijic Order. Here after all these years, and then he just leaves. I hope we didn't offend him somehow.
And what exactly did the Sijic want?
Beyond asking for you, he never said. Very strange indeed.
While I have your attention, have you ever heard of anyone called the Augur of Dunlane?
Has Tolfdir been telling stories again? I thought I made it quite clear that this was a subject inappropriate for conversation. Please, don't allow him to continue to discuss the subject.
Very well. Thank you for your time. So we gotta talk to Tolfdir then. And is Tolfdir still down here with the eye? Surprised he's not studying it still. He seemed rather fascinated by it. Maybe he's out the Hall of Attainment or having a lesson. In the Hall of Diligence, I want to say? Oh, there he is.
It's always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education.
Have you ever heard of the Augur of Dunlane?
Well now, there's a name I haven't heard in some time. My goodness, it's been years since I've spoken with him. I suppose he's still down in the Midden, but I haven't checked. Are you going to see him? Do tell him hello for me, won't you?
And where's the Midden?
Underneath the college. It's not the nicest place, so if you go down there, please do be careful.
Can you tell me more about the Augur of Dunlane?
Well, I suppose he wouldn't mind. It was all before my time, you understand. I've heard the stories, the same as anyone else. He was a brilliant student, an accomplished wizard, delved into magic in a way none had seen before.
Do you
But I
mind?
think he became too focused on just how much power he could acquire. That's what led to the accident.
What accident? Sorry, I was a little bit distracted by people constantly shoving me.
Do you remember what I first told you? About how not being able to control magic could destroy you? I didn't simply mean it could kill you. The Augur's accident is another very real type of a life destroyed. Well, it's been described as an accident. I can't imagine it was intentional. Something must have gone wrong, and he ended up in the state he's in now, fused to the energies that flow through the college. I've never felt it appropriate to ask him about it, about how that must feel. Or I suppose, if he can feel at all.
I imagine it must feel like your consciousness has been stretched and you're just kind of everywhere all at once. Honestly, it sounds a little bit overwhelming when I put it like that. I can't say for sure, though. Maybe I'll ask him. Let me have a quick look at your stock.
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
Aha. So I did fix the scrolls, if you're wondering. So he only has one of them now, which is how it should be. Well, it's not that they always should have one. It should be a random assortment of them. And in 1 or 2 episodes ago, I talked to Travis, and he had all of them at once. And I speculated that I had ticked a box by mistake. I had, in fact, done so. I fixed in the creation kit this morning, and it's back to working properly. If I had more gold, I would actually want that scroll, but I can't really afford it. In fact, I really can't afford much. I might have actually had this conversation with him already in the last episode. Yeah.
All right, then.
It's a new day since I recorded the last episode. Right, and I wanted to see what this place is called because I kind of forgot. Hey, I was right. Hall of Diligence. All right. So down in the midden, we went down there at one point for our lesson from Colette to try the Turn on Dead spell. So it's not exactly a very friendly place. You must be careful. We'll actually have Magnus ready. Again, that name is becoming more and more apt. Yeah, I don't have anything disenchant. So let's just go in. Ooh, enchanted dagger. I can disenchant that. Ooh, and there's another. Really not a pleasant sight, though. A bloody prison cell like that. Go and deal with ice wraiths, Magnus. Oh, Magnus is already down. Oops, I think I accidentally shot him. Yeah, the summoned skeletons, while they have increased arcane versatility, they are a bit more fragile than their Atronach counterparts. I think there's still one looking for me. Yeah, I think I hear it. There it is. I just realized I never applied that. Really not a fan of fighting ice wraiths. They kind of suck. A little bit difficult to hit, kind of hard to see, do a decent amount of damage. Atronach Forge manual. Looks like a series of experiments with this weird thing, and there's another Daedric altar there for utilizing the powers of the different types of elemental Daedra. Can't really make anything right now, though. Don't really feel comfortable messing with that either, so I'm just going to continue. This key I picked up fits. Also, that's a lot of candle frames on the wall. Bit excessive. I was stuck on something. Am I like just a little... Yeah, I'm a little bit too tall for this door by the looks of it. And if I crouch down, I go through easier. Huh, interesting. More salt. Can never have enough of that. Ooh, you have gems in your eyes. Move out of the other one. There's a ledge up ahead that I can climb up, but first deal with this ice wraith. Did it fall down? I think it did. Looks like there's a ladder back up should I choose to go down. There's also a chest. Point to climb. Alright. Now let's get this chest really quickly. Excuse me, Magnus. probably shouldn't be standing on my head like that. Yeah, let's go this way. Some blue light under that door.
Your perseverance will only lead to disappointments.
Okay.
Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter.
You changed your mind very quickly, glowing blue orb, who I'm assuming is the Augur that I am looking for. You really gotta wait more than like a second to decide, okay, you've waited long enough after saying your perseverance will only lead to disappointment. Hi. I take it you're the Augur?
I am that which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. But those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek.
And what exactly is it that I'm seeking, then, if you're so sure that you know?
You seek that which all who wield magic seek. Knowledge.
Good guess.
You shall find this. Knowledge will corrupt. It will destroy. It will consume. You seek meaning, shelter in knowledge. You will not find it. The Thalmor sought the same thing, and it shall lead to his end, as it has so many others.
Encano. Of course he was here. I really hate these two dialogue options. It's so obvious who was down here. I keep meaning, with my personal creation kit tweaks, I keep meaning to add a third dialogue option that like says Encano was here or something like that, and I keep forgetting to, so I guess I'll do that a future date, but for now we have to stick to one of these dumb options. I'm not the first to come see you, am I? I bet it was Encano.
No, though you may be the last. The one who calls himself Encano has sought my knowledge as well, through very different questions. Your path differs from most. You are being guided, pushed towards something. It is a good path, one untraveled by many. It is a path that can save your college. I will tell you what you need to know to follow it further.
Alright, what do I need?
You, and those aiding you, wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware. To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff. Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center, so you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your archmage.
Fun fact, in my very first playthrough of this game, when I went through the College of Winterhold questline, it broke after this quest. I got the objective to go report to Savos, and then I talked to him, and then I didn't get the next quest. I don't know why I randomly remembered that when I was having that conversation, but that's a fun little anecdote for you. So yeah, my very first character didn't get to play through the College of Winterhold. Not beyond this point, at least. Right, there was that locked door here. Let's see if that key that I have fits. Aha! Ah, almost pushed myself off the edge. Again, slightly too tall for this. It's actually really funny. Okay, I'm glad that somebody didn't bar me in, because Urag wants to keep that sealed. Did I pick up anything disenchantable while I was in there? I don't think so, but I'm gonna check. Oh yeah, I did. Daggers. Good thing I checked. And I don't have anything to enchant for practice. Oh yeah, I forgot that this was here. With Obscure's College of Winterhold, you actually can use the cut content disenchanting font. Put an item that you enchanted in there, and then we'll remove the enchantment. It's very nice to have. I mean, there are a few practice bits and bobs that I could enchant lying around here. I don't think they would mind if I took like a couple hoods and some boots so I can so I can enchant them. My current boots have some fire resistance on them. Could I whip up a better fire resistance? No, it is exactly the same. Let's see here. My current hood gives 30 points of magicka. I can only do 9 with the soul gem that I have. So let's look for the most valuable enchantment. I believe it will be the destruction. Yeah. Oh, 338. Oh, light is actually more valuable. Interesting. And it doesn't matter if you use a common or petty because it's always the same value. Interesting. So yeah, let's make a couple hoods of light real quick for some practice and then get some resist fires going on these. Now we are better we're better at enchanting, I was trying to say. And now Savos should be here. Oh, and also, a little bit of a meta moment, but I believe he gives you a good magic fortifying circlet that you can wear after this quest. So what I might do is I might start wearing that circlet and then reinstall that dynamically lowered hood mod that was giving me issues before, since I won't be wearing a hood anymore. So yeah, I might do that.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several if you're talented.
I have important information for you.
Really? And what might that be?
We need to find the Staff of Magnus.
I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us need it.
It's connected to this orb that we have here.
And how do you know of this?
I spoke with the Augur of Dunlane.
Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the Staff of Magnus? I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this.
And what should I do next, then?
A most impressive attitude. Keep this up, and you'll do quite well for yourself. Something as specific and ancient as the Staff of Magnus. I'm not sure we'd ever find something like that. I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. Why don't you see if she can tell you anything? I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proven yourself to be more than a mere apprentice. Well done. This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now.
I was correct with the circlet. Yeah, my first playthrough, the quest ended. I didn't get this quest. It just broke. But thankfully that doesn't happen anymore. So yeah, we have to speak with Mirabelle. Let's take a look at this circlet though really quickly. 30 points. It's actually not as a good... It's not as a good... Yes, that's what I meant to say. It's not as good as I was expecting it to be. Only 30 points. I was expecting like 50. Could be because I've only recently removed a mod that unleveled things like that. But yeah, that's all for this episode. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.